I'm QDC. What we'll build today is Dragon's Alamein Sherman. The reason why I bought this particular kit was because this particular Sherman was the very first Sherman tank that was used during World War II. And it was used by the British during the conflict in North Africa in Libya. So let's go ahead and start building this kit right now. Let's go take a look inside this box. We have the tracks, photo etch parts, decals, lower hull, upper hull, turret, wheels, and the instruction sheet. I want to talk to you something pretty cool about Dragon. What I'm pointing at right now is a jig that Dragon included for their kit. And this jig is used to create a headlight guard. This is a photo etch part. You're supposed to put this photo etch part onto this jig to create that headlight guard. Excellent. I want to talk to you more about Dragon's DS track system. This track system that I'm pointing at right now. This is not magic tracks. DS track is simply one piece of material in which you're supposed to put them together. It's very similar to the traditional vinyl track system that I'm pointing at right now. In the vinyl track system, when you put them together, you're supposed to use a hot iron and heat the two ends together to fuse it into one piece. Now for the Dragon's DS track system, it's different. You're supposed to put them together, and the difference is that instead of using a hot iron, you use ordinary plastic model cement, which makes it a lot easier. Here's a tip on bending a photo etch part. This photo etch part is bent at a 90-degree angle for the front fender. And how I achieve that is I put this photo etch part onto a flat surface like this, and then using some sort of straight edge like this piece of wood, I put this onto a place where I want this to be bent. Then using my fingers I just simply bend it up into shape. What you're looking at right now are the fenders. These photo etch parts took me a long time for me to build, several hours. And the hardest were these two guardrails. These guardrails consist of 14 individual photo etch parts, and it took me a very long time for me to glue together. Okay, so I built the kit, and now it's time for me to show you what I think about my model kit so far. Take a look. This is the computer model kit before painting, and it looks very nice. Dragon has created another fine model tank in their inventory, and this model tank cries out with details. You get periscopes, direct vision slots, a photo etch fender, photo etch rack, and even the turret right up here has a photo etch part. I'm impressed. The suspension looks very nice with the DS tracks, and you really can't go wrong with this particular model kit. It looks very authentic to the real thing. Now that being said, I don't think this model tank is, I don't recommend this for the beginner, because all these photo etch parts are very difficult to make. I just painted my model with a coat of primer, and then I painted the entire model black to give it shadows. Now I'm going to use my airbrush and paint the entire model with the base color. I'm going to protect my entire model by giving a coat of future floor wax. I'm going to give my model a wash. What you see right here is a cup of a dilution of brown artist oil paint, and I'm going to use that dilution to cover my entire model with this wash. I'm going to give my entire model some dust effects. I'm going to use my airbrush and tint the entire model with a buff colored tint. The British had this Sherman tank for about 2 months at the very most before the Battle of El Alamein. The tank was still pretty brand new. So weathering for this tank is going to be very light. I'm going to use the end of my pencil and make bare metal marks throughout the entire tank. I'm going to simulate heavy dusting. What you see right here is pastel chalk, and I'm going to use that to spread this throughout the lower part of the tank. Okay, so I painted the model, I weathered it, and now it's time for me to show you what I think about this model tank so far. Take a look. This is a computer model kit after painting, and I like it a lot. Dragon has created a very nice model kit in their collection. And what made it so nice are the photo etch parts for the fenders and also for the rail guards. I'm not quite sure this is accurate or not. Dragon has asked people to put aerial insignias, one on the deck and the other one on top of the turret, and I'm not quite sure that's accurate or not. Although I like this model kit a lot, there is something that I do not like from Dragon. Dragon has not included accessories for this model tank. What I'm pointing at is the metal bin that holds the water. They did not include water bins for it, and also they did not include accessories for from the crew members. For example, bedrolls. But other than that, I like it a lot. I looked at my spare kit box and I couldn't find any parts to simulate what I need. It's time for me to build the diorama. I'm building the base for my diorama. What you see right here is a wooden base that I bought at my local craft store. This is pre-mixed tile grout, cat litter, and more tile grout in the powdered form. What you look at right now is one of the figures that I'm going to use for my diorama. If you're interested in knowing more about how I built and painted these figures, I made an earlier video called Building Master Boxes Commonwealth AFV Crew. Alright, so I've done everything to my model. I built it, I painted it, I weathered it, and I even made a diorama out of it with figures. Now it's time for me to show you everything that I've done, the completed model project. Take a look. This is the completed painted project from start to finish, and this is my most favorite diorama so far. The groundwork and the wooden base looks nice. The model Sherman tank and the way I painted it and weathered it looks good. Like I said earlier, the British had the Sherman tank for about, at the most, 2 months before the Battle of El Alamein, and so weathering for it is very light. But I've done a very good job. The figures for Masterbox models looks very nice as well. And when I take a look at the entire diorama, I feel like I'm transported back in time to 1942, before the Battle of El Alamein. That completes this model project. What you're about to see next is a video slideshow of the entire model diorama. But before I go, as always, just because I put this video here on YouTube, it doesn't make me a model kit expert. I am not an expert. I'm just a regular guy just like you. I hope this video encourages you to build a model kit of your own. Either it's a model tank, a model plane, a model train, or even an automobile. It doesn't matter. In the end, it's all about having fun. I'm QDC. Thanks for watching, and always, please, have a great day.